Hello there, beautiful soul. Welcome to this collective reading and welcome to this channel. My name is Sunamoon. I am your psychic medium who is going to take you through this download, and I am already feeling extremely grateful right now that God has chosen me for this, because God has also chosen you, because I'm doing this for the chosen ones. I'm the medium for all of you high vibrational people, and whosoever I am talking about today, you have had. I'm going to talk about a specific one first, and then there are others also. You've had a very intense and very profound out of body experience. Either it happened very recently or it happened a while back, but now you are going through an epiphany and it's making you realize like the importance of it. This epiphany is making you realize, or it's more like something that started a major transformation in you, because this was an experience. It is so supernatural and yet so protective, yet so positive in nature. It actually changed you. You could have been a person who was like absolutely very, very 3D. You were in the limbo, and you were a nice person even at that time, caring, nice, affectionate, just living your life, not concerned about anything. But you were just waking up in a very programmed manner and doing everything programmed. But that experience, that dream, that trance, that out of body experience, maybe experience of a parallel reality, it was so unique. It is such a unique experience of your life that it has changed you. It changed you back then, and it keeps changing you every now and then, because when it happened for the first time, it was very intense, but the intensity had not yet grown on you. So I'm being shown the reason why all this realization is coming to you is because this new year, which is so-called new year, which is 2025, is coming. Actually, this will start. It will all kickstart in March and April, but in the regular normal 3D reality, they say December 31st is when the new year in the night starts. Okay, but for all of the spiritual people who are in the ascension journey, you all actually work with the Vikram Samvat calendar, which is like a very different kind of calendar than what we see, because the English calendar is an incomplete calendar. Okay, so it's putting you through all half information. It's also part of programming. So anyway, you're being prepared for what's going to happen in March and April, not what's going to happen in 31st December, on 31st December, because there's nothing really happening at that time. Yes, there will be some dark stuff, and that happens every time because they've created it to be like that. Okay, so you either had a vision. So I'm being shown multiple things, like either you had a vision or trance or out of body experience or dream or some kind of psychic experience where you were contacted by either a family member who has crossed over, and that person told you something very positive and very uplifting. It made you very emotional also, but everything was very positive, is very positive. Or they came to warn you about a certain person or a certain situation, or maybe you were getting into some kind of venture or business or job scenario or leaving for some place, but either they stalled it, they changed the timing for it, or they just warned you not to do it. Or you saw, or you connected with a very high vibrational godly figure, a genuine goddess figure, and you're very sure about it. Like you don't have any doubt in your minds what you saw, what you didn't see, because your feelings are telling, your intuition, your vibe is telling you. Or you had, if not a divine god or goddess, then an angelic being, a messenger, somebody who was out of the ordinary Very, very beautiful energy. You encountered that energy, okay? Or else, I'm not talking about just an 11:11 or a 3:33 happening at a certain time, but you're going through synchronicities, okay, which could be formed by very profound kind of epiphany where two unrelated events have taken place in such a way, they came together in such a way that it gave you an answer or a prediction, or it was something that you're meant to do intuitively, but you did not know that should I do it, should I not do it. But this experience is making you know, making you aware, some kind of confirmation about a certain person. So when you see a divine being in a trance or in a dream like place, or it's a vision, then it's God's way or source's way of telling you that you are on the right path. And trust me, what you have witnessed, it cannot get out of your mind, it cannot get out of your head. If it happened 6 months back or 1 year back also, it will now, as more time will pass and more clarity will come to you, more your programming will melt away, more your misunderstandings will clear, more the calculations will come through properly. You're going to realize that whatever you witnessed is far more real. What the fuck was that? Wow. I thought it was a mouse, but it was not a mouse, because it's like we found a very big dead mouse today. So I was like, oh God, not again. But there was some cards kept over there, and when I was saying this, I'm sure it didn't come through because this is like a mic that doesn't pick on to these little bit of small noises around. But the pile of cards actually just fell down. It can be different meanings for different people, but it all depends on you how you see it. Like in some kind of studies, they say that a rat, not a mouse, actually a rat, or that, you know, that big ugly rat that you see near the gutters, that's like a sign of a demonic presence. But in Sanatan, a mouse or a rat is actually seen as the vehicle of Ganesha. So it's a positive thing. My collective reading is more like telling you, this collective reading, it's not my collective reading, it's our collective reading actually. But it's telling us all that human beings can pump in energy to gods and goddesses, and human being can pump in energy to the demonic world as well. That is the reason why human beings are so important. So what the demons do is, because they don't have so much control, so they try to create this kind of riding on to, of course, what the Yog Maya has created, riding onto the same pool of energy, but they create this illusion. Like, you know, there is this one very popular, I think they're all trying to influence you, so they're also a kind of influencer, but very popular person on the internet who shared this video, like a small clip of the future, of a very technology driven future, okay? And this place had lots and lots of buildings and robotics and, you know, all kinds of advanced, it seems to be, because it's just a video, anyone can nowadays create a video, okay? But trying to show people that, look, this is how the world is gonna look like. There is not even a single plant out there, not even a single tree, no open space, no greenery. What type of reality are they trying to sell us? They're not selling it to you. They're just needing your energy via your attention. Your attention is their fuel. especially people who are very high vibrational, because their focus is very strong. Negative focus and positive focus, I'm sure a lot of you already know about it. What helps us manifest things, and power of gratitude. So when they show this type of future to us, or they create an illusionary reality. So basically filmmaking, cinema is a very good tool. Okay, it's a very good tool. Television is a very good tool. It can help educate people, it can help provide information. It's one of the tools, actually. It's not even the tool, but one of the tools. But it's getting totally misused for the purpose of programming, for the purpose of addictions, for the purpose of keeping people stuck in certain realities. So a lot of people are a part of that whole energy harvestation mechanism that they have. So people are going to concerts blindly, people are going to theaters blindly, people are doing all these activities where a huge number of crowd is participating without realizing what are they giving their energy to, and why are they pulling you into it, and why are you worshipping very ordinary normal people like as if they are gods. And it's not happening only in the mainstream media, it's also happening in the spiritual community. Anybody who tells you or behaves like, or they're okay with them being worshipped, okay? Giving respect is different, liking someone is different, having a connection with someone is different, but worshipping someone like a god, like Almighty, is where you are actually, you or anyone is being a part of the whole energy generation harvestation process. So a true teacher, a true master, a true artist, a true social worker, anybody, if you work through them or work with them, they're always going to guide you to source integration. They're always going to tell you integrate with source, no matter how they do it, via music, via writing, via content, via dancing, via some kind of product they create, via paintings. Like, there are different ways to express, right? Now this kind of divine intervention has taken place so that the chosen one, the ones that I'm doing this channeling for, the chosen one does not get impacted by any of these low frequency activities happening around you. So it's the way your spirit team is formed by different types of energies. So there could be 2 or 3 ancestors in it, very powerful ones, of course. There could be crossed over. Ancestors are also our crossed over people, but in some cases, in a lot of cases, in fact, we may not even know who they are. We've never met them. So they are a part of that group, ancestors who we don't know at all. 5 generations before us, 6 generations before us, you won't know them, right? So some of those ancestors are there, some deceased people are there, some family members always deceased in every case, every person's case, they would be there because they are from the most recent times and they know about the generational trauma, the curses much better because they witnessed it or they were a part of it. You'll have benevolent beings. You would also have ETs in your team. You would have masters in your team. Masters are the ones actually under whom we all are operating. So you'll have different types of, you'll also have gods and goddesses. You'll also have, in some cases, some other spirits also, but they're of course loyal and benevolent to you, caring towards you. They are on your side basically, and they'll do everything, whatever it takes to keep you strong. So all of them are putting in their energy because this time frame that you're in, this is like literally the beginning of ascending Dwapar, the beginning of the age of transition. Such an important time that we are born in. This is where the earth is splitting into 3D and 5D. As long as I say it's important, I also want to say it's bit dangerous for a lot of people, because many souls, they're trying to trap those souls by just very innocent tools, like innocent looking tools, not innocent looking tools. They're also using people, vessels, to do this job. Okay, they just want maximum number of people, as many people as they can get, even if it's like they know that 5 people we can pick from here, 10 from there, 20 from there. They're operating everywhere right now. Okay, so they are just doing it so that the 3D earth can become bigger, the number is higher. They always operate on numbers, but the higher beings don't operate on numbers because they're so powerful. They're one person possesses the quality of being equal to maybe 20 million people or a billion people, like very, very amazing type of people. Okay, so everybody is coming together, forming a team to take away the power from the illusionary realities that are simply created to pump in energy, people's energy. People's energy should not be pumped in into these baseless, nonsensical, low frequency realities. Why are they doing it if it's nonsensical? I mean, it's obviously nonsensical for people like us who are doing inner work, but for them it's not. For them it's like, yeah, I need like energy of maybe 20 million people. Somebody would think, how do I do it? I'm gonna figure a way out of this whole energy harvestation process. So there is a divine intervention that has happened, which is not only doing the job of detaching you from 3D reality, but it's also doing this amazing, marvelous job of protecting you from all the stuff that's happening. It's all black magic, it's all dark stuff, not the dark that changes you, but the evil dark that traps people, that enslaves people, that is here to steal as many souls as it can. Protect you from all of that, everything. Okay, so you having an experience like this is actually great and wonderful, because it's going to show you, because you know it by feeling, by experience, by the tangibility of it. You know that whatever you're experiencing is the truth. And now there's also this synchronized message for you. It may have looked like just a collective reading, but it's not. It's actually telling you that all the things that you're witnessing, they're part of your inner work journey, and they will be very fruitful if you remain calm, if you remain chill, if you remain surrendered. You know that any divine energy around you will make you feel relaxed, will give you hope, aspiration, ambition, but also give you some solid feeling, some tangible feeling. It will tell you, it will help you believe that everything is okay, everything is fine, everything is good to go. It's all cool. It is what it is. Not put you trapped in these disgusting loops, patterns. It's freedom from the patterns and the loops. All right. So I think this is where I'm gonna close this collective reading. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If it's good for the community, I'm definitely going to answer it. For personal sessions, for therapies, and to become a part of the exclusive database that I'm creating for people who are doing inner work, light workers, twin flames, and star seeds, one love is what everything is happening for. Okay, and one love is what we need. So one love, peace out. Peace is connected. It's a byproduct of one love. And peace is literally the most difficult to achieve. So once you surrender fully to source, there's peace everywhere. So thank you so much. Victory to Ram, victory to this system, amazing system of solar plexus ascension that actually leads to all of the chakras coming in together, giving energy together, and alignment of Ida and Pingala, the masculine, the divine masculine and feminine energy. We are all here. As of now, a lot of you operate, when you operate on this energy, you're not aware of how people have manipulated you to not use the DM and the DF energy correctly. But if you learn this, if this is the tool, because there are places where you need the masculine energy and there are places where you need the feminine energy. And as a human being, you have the potential to use both the energies together as well. Like, it's a wonderful place to be in when your Sushmana Nadi is open up and all of your chakras are in alignment. I mean, you are in alignment with the chakras. And the energy, Ida and Pingala, is unified energy of Ida and Pingala, masculine and feminine, divine feminine and masculine. Automatically, all of your 72,000 energy centers within your energy body, they start performing. Your Merkabic field gets activated. Your avatar self starts working. The very reason why we're all here. So, if you resonate with it, then everything that's happening to you is positive. Okay, take it as positive. It's God's will. If you surrender to source, everything will be positive. That's what Lord does. That's Lord's magic on you. So yes, I will see you in the next one. One love, peace out, and victory to Ram.